The Democrats are trying to bring him down in any way possible. Following the anticipation of the Georgia indictment, Donald Trump's campaign was swift in issuing fundraising appeals and later released a late-night statement. This statement didn't hold back in criticizing what they termed as the Biden-Smith goon squads, and they didn't mince words in characterizing the prosecution as un-American and wrong. This response reflects the charged atmosphere surrounding Trump's legal challenges. Addressing his supporters in Alabama shortly after his most recent arraignment, Trump displayed his characteristic bravado, signaling eagerness for the next indictment. He confidently stated, "We need one more indictment to close out this election," exhibiting the kind of self-assuredness that typically ignites his rally base. However, while Trump's strategists might argue that multiple indictments serve his interests, the reality is that facing a barrage of legal proceedings is far from anyone's desire, particularly considering the potential implications. Each legal case poses a twofold threat to Trump: his personal liberty and his legacy. Even if he manages to extricate himself from one legal entanglement, the looming specter of other trials underscores the precarious nature of his post-presidential status. Trump's journey seems to be leading him toward a new role, that of a professional defendant. This is evident in his prior designation of being found liable for sexual abuse in a civil trial, which resulted in a substantial $5 million in damages. His business entity, Under Family Management, also faced legal jeopardy, having been convicted of multiple counts of tax fraud and financial offenses in a separate criminal trial. This Georgia indictment stands out by not only targeting Trump but also charging 18 others, including figures like Rudolph W. Giuliani, Mark Meadows, Sidney Powell, Jeffrey Clark, and John Eastman, with participating in a criminal enterprise alongside the former president. However, many Americans had already formed opinions about Trump prior to these legal developments, according to polls. Some view him as a chronic lawbreaker finally facing consequences, while others see him as a victim of political bias aimed at preventing his return to office. Despite the powerful language used in the Georgia indictment, it appears that public perceptions have somewhat adjusted to these ongoing legal proceedings. The notion that Trump is facing legal challenges has become somewhat predictable, akin to being priced into the market, in the language used by Wall Street analysts. As the country grapples with divergent viewpoints, the legal landscape continues to unfold amid the backdrop of a deeply divided political environment. Looking ahead, Trump's legal calendar appears daunting. Scheduled for 5 upcoming trials, his legal odyssey encompasses various charges including the hush money case, the classified documents case, a New York State civil fraud trial, and 2 federal civil trials. Furthermore, a 6th trial looms as part of the election conspiracy case, followed by a 7th trial pertaining to the Georgia indictment. This potential accumulation of 9 trials since his departure from the White House, not counting the Senate impeachment trial that immediately followed his presidency, encapsulates the complex and multifaceted legal landscape he faces. In essence, Trump's legal encounters are deeply intertwined with his post-presidential narrative, casting a considerable shadow over his future direction and place in history. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for all the newest topics and news in the political landscape. Also, don't be afraid to check our most recent videos appearing on the screen now.